Jesus saves. I wish he'd save us from this podcast. I know he looks after you and me, but I wish he'd take us far away from here.
What up, what up, what up? Nice fade out, Shorts. Welcome, everybody, to IDM, a special Thursday night edition. We've got special guest, Angel, the shirtless Rican. I struggle every time to figure out what your Twitter handle is. Every time you're on, I'm like, shirtless, there's an underscore in there somewhere, or an NM.
I mean, at this point, I prefer Gangel. It's the closest to real life right now. Actually, funny that you mentioned the Twitter thing. I got hacked, or my wife got hacked a couple months ago, and we were selling Bitcoin to everybody or something, and so I had to log out and log back in, and now I actually can't get back into my Twitter account. So I haven't been, or X or whatever. So I haven't been on X for months, because I can't remember my password and the email that I used. I had to change that one because we got hacked. It's been a nightmare. So I've been the happiest that I've been in a long time because now I really don't have a social media presence.
Isn't that so great, man?
Yeah, it's wild.
I struggle with that sometimes because, we have to check social media and stuff like that, obviously, to keep up.
Of course, you guys.
But we have Oathman and I, he'll be here in a couple of minutes, he says. He's putting the kids to bed or putting them away or whatever it is he does. But I struggle with that so much because we're on all these joint Instagram chats. And dude, Othello lives on those Instagram chats. Literally at all hours of the day, he will just be. So I'll wake up at 9 in the morning or 8 in the morning, and I'll have 100 messages from Othello from the It Doesn't Matter account because he uses our show Twitter for his personal Twitter for reasons.
That's what I was about to say. About. Yeah, I remember months ago, I think he brought it up on IDM. He got in trouble with his wife or something, so he wasn't using social media. But then the IDM account has never been more active since.
Right. And dude, he wants you to acknowledge that it is him using the account, but he also gets mad if you say the wrong thing to him on your shared account. It's so crazy.
Well, he's a very sane individual. By the way, is he coming to your place after he sleeps the kids, or is he going to be offline like I am, or not offline, but not in person?
I'm not entirely clear on that, Angel.
He might just storm into your house right now.
I'm just trying to muscle forward the best I can. It's honestly, with the brain cells left in my head, it's a modern miracle that we can even get on the air. So
yeah, I was having a panic attack for your sake. Because originally, for a little behind the scenes, we had scheduled it for much earlier. And I pulled some strings. I made sure that my wife knew that we were going to be, I was going to be busy in the afternoon, and all this and all this stuff. And then a couple hours before, our good pal Oathman's like, hey, yo, something came up. You know what I mean? Can we change it? And so we changed it because I, of all people, know what it's like to, have last second plans. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And so I was like, yeah, I can. That actually works better. 9 p.m. You know what I mean? I can put the kids down, all that stuff. And then, what was it? An hour ago, I texted you guys, or maybe an hour and a half ago. There was a surprise birthday party for one of our few friends here in Puerto Rico for her little kid. It's my daughter's best friend. And they were going on a trip tomorrow, but they were like, hey, it's the birthday. We're just going to go over and cut a cake. It'll be, just an hour or two. I was like, all right, fine, we'll go. You know, it's Spanish people. So it was 4 hours in. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to make it because of a stupid birthday party like it always is in my life. So I texted you guys like, I'm so sorry. I'll be there right on 8, 9 on the dot, blah, blah. And
Yeah.
then Oathman comes in and swoops in and saves the day. He's like, actually, I can't even give you a time.
I'm so glad that you're like witness to this, because
Yeah.
this is just 1 week out of 52 weeks of the year.
Yeah, I was having a panic attack for you. Like when his message came in, I literally looked over to my wife. I was like, I don't know if Shorts is gonna be okay tonight.
Well,
between me and Othman trying to schedule something and be on time. I mean, I can't imagine what you're going through, buddy.
Well, I try to calm my mind a little bit. I've been working actually on a new mental routine. It's called get drunk on the weekends and then freak out for the rest of the week because I've overdosed on cortisol, the stress hormone.
It's the Andrew Huberman special. Is just more stress because now you know what like damage you're doing to yourself. You're not gonna do anything to change it, but now you're even more aware of it.
Dude, it's so bad. I mean, it's so crazy. I went for an 8-mile walk today to try to relieve some of the stress, and then got home and Othman's like, "Do you mind if we change the show time 2 times in the next 2 hours?" And I was like, "Oh God, it's coming back! It's all back!"
Dude, and I was thinking about you when you guys were talking about Andrew Huberman, because I've seen his stuff. I followed him for a while, right?
Yeah,
But I realized, have you seen? And if you haven't, you need to look it up. He has a tweet or a picture or something. Point is, he's got his shirt off. He's got like his foot up on a rock. He just went for like a I don't know 10-mile hike or something, and he talks about how good it feels to be fit and not drink and all this stuff. And it's like a motivational speech, and he's sitting there, shirtless, ripped, big old thighs, a little bit of hair on the chest, not a lot, but enough to where you can like if you were to rub his chest, you could feel it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And I realized that I wasn't motivated. I was more attracted to him than I was motivated. Cause like I saw the picture and I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna start working out again. I'm gonna stop drinking, maybe just once a week, this and that. And none of it stuck, but I kept going back to the picture for motivation. And I think I realized I'm just sexually attracted to him.
I mean, he is a really, really good looking dude, especially
Yeah.
for that's like 55. Like he's really got his shit together. But
Is he that old?
I did find like his one crack in the armor, so to speak,
Okay.
is he's not judgmental about explaining to you what's going on
Mhm.
in your brain when you
Yeah.
drink too much or anything like that. But he
But
will kind of go, I'm just lucky that I don't like the taste of alcohol, which is, dude, that's the gayest shit I've ever heard.
I thought you were gonna say he was uncircumcised, but this is much worse.
Yeah, what are you, 12?
Oh man.
Dude,
Yeah.
give me a quick frame of reference on the Latin community, because I was blown away by this.
Okay.
When I was in high school, I was playing high school sports. I was so petrified to get naked in front of other dudes,
Yeah.
because I got my
Of
little
course.
teeny weenus, and there were a lot of people that got made fun of for having those. But like I know in Europe, it's more commonplace to just not be cut or whatever, and so
Yeah.
it's probably not a weird thing, or probably doesn't have shame involved with it. Where does the Latin American community stand on?
So here's the thing. I'm Latin American community, but I grew up in the States. You know what I mean? So I've always been with you. Like, I've been nervous about showing it, changing in the bathrooms and all that stuff. And then when I had my son, as is very well documented here on IDM, I was thinking about his penis constantly before he even arrived, because we didn't know if we were going to cut him or not. And the fact my wife was like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, I don't know if he's gonna, like, is it gonna look weird? Are they gonna make fun of him? She's like, what are you talking about? It's the most, like, to her, it was the most normal thing in the world. Like, it's no big deal if you're circumcised or not. And then
Yeah.
all I could think about was, wait a minute, how many has she seen, and why is she not worried about it?
Dude, I mean, the penis shame started so young
Yeah.
for me. But in high school football, dude, this is crazy. I don't want to say where I went to school because it's going to be a bad look. But
Okay.
as freshmen, even saying this out loud feels wrong.
Yeah.
But as
Yeah.
freshmen, We got out of practice like 20 minutes before the varsity guys.
Okay. And you
And
just stayed to watch?
no, we would go in the showers, and there were like 5 seniors that would come in and piss on us.
Oh, Jesus Christ, dude.
So we were all
Like,
petrified to use the
literally
shower.
on you? Literally on you, or like on the
Literally on
shower
us.
floor or something? Oh my God, dude.
It's like what's that word?
Hazing?
Hazing.
I
Yeah,
don't know,
that is
man.
that
Yeah.
is some serious hazing, dude.
Dude, it's so wild because in the States, there's like penis shame is a thing that you get since you're little. You know what I mean? Like it's just a part of like guy culture is making fun of each other's dicks.
Yeah.
Whereas in the Latin community, and I'm pretty sure almost anywhere else in the world, it's not at all. Like everybody's comfortable with their dicks. It doesn't matter. In fact,
Yeah.
we whip it out to be funny, but not to make fun of. You know what I mean? Hey, Barney,
Yo,
look at this guy.
what's up, guys? What's up, motherfucking guys?
Dude, you got here just in time. I'm here, and within 5 minutes, we're talking about penises in my son's dick and Shorts'
Oh,
dick.
yes, dude.
You know,
that's my
we're playing the
obsession with this again.
Exactly, dude. You don't understand how much I had to watch Blue Shorts pace back and forth and freak out for 20 minutes just before
Yeah,
we
he always
started
gets
the show.
nervous, dude. He's a little nervous
Well,
Nelly, dude.
Well, to be fair, I was telling him it sucks that it has to be you and I scheduling for him. Like I can't imagine what that's like.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm
What's
looking
up,
at the,
Shortsy?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
I'm good, man. Look, it's since we're doing a late night old school IDM bit, I got the old school margaritas going. Oh, nice. What's that?
I got a what is it called? A Negroni.
Oh,
I think I'm a
yeah.
fancy man, so
You're still on that?
No, every now and then when I want to get drunk,
Yeah.
like tonight. Yeah, you know.
Hell
Don't
yeah.
tell Andrew Huberman though; he'll be furious.
I've got I believe it's called a smart water.
Oh, Jesus. Let me guess. You're lucky that you hate the taste of alcohol.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can just drink water.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, it's just. Have you ever had a beer? It's so fizzy, tastes disgusting. It's like, shut up, dude. Everybody tried their dad's beer when they were like under 15 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
All right,
I think that's a
I don't
rite of
want
passage
to
in the Spanish
jump in
world.
and start steering shit. What are you guys talking about?
I wasn't kidding. We were talking about dicks and penises,
Oh.
circumcised versus uncircumcised. I'm sexually attracted to Andrew Huberman. I realized that too when I was talking to Shorts. What else did we talk about, Shorts? We said nothing about you.
Yeah, not a
'cause
single.
Yeah.
And also, I got pissed on by the seniors in the high school football team.
By the way,
son,
Othman, you've heard of hazing, but have you ever gotten pissed on by somebody and just think that's cool?
no.
No
How
way,
did that-
right?
Did he?
Maybe I'm not
what way
good
did he
enough
get
in
peed on?
sports. It wasn't even splashback, dude. He said they would walk into the showers as the JV team, and the varsity team would come in and literally physically piss on them.
Oh my god, dude!
I mean,
That's gay. There's no reason.
I mean, it's literally gay.
It's kind of a bombshell. Like he was having PTSD as he was saying it. I was like, man, he's really nervous to be hosting without Othman. So then I was talking about the time he got pissed on, something he swore he would never tell anyone.
We were so petrified. Yeah, we would like race into the showers after practice because we had about a 20-minute window before the varsity guys came in the shower too. So we would race to like shower as quick as possible. And there were days where it's like you heard those double doors open and you're still like drying off and you hear the footsteps, the click clack of the cleats, and you're like, oh no, I gotta get out of here. I gotta make a break for it.
Oh, so you guys would be in the shower and they would just be like, get out of the way, fucking freshmen or
juniors and
yeah, whatever. And then
in Blue Shorts' case.
They would pee
Shorts, why aren't
like,
you-
on your legs because I guess dudes pee in the shower sometimes. I'm saying I guess like I don't do that. That's what would happen. So you wouldn't like kneel down and like they're peeing in your mouth or something like that.
There was only one doorway into the showers, right?
Okay.
So they would just block the exit and just start pissing all over the place.
So kind of like a bukkake, but of piss.
Basically, and all dudes, only dudes, exclusively dudes.
I don't know, man. I don't think that's normal. Where did you go to high school? Penn State or what was that? No sports, no politics, I guess.
All right, so I'm assuming Shorts did not like ask you how life's been or anything like that. You guys just jumped into
Yeah, we got right into it. We were very nervous. Yeah.
I was thinking of doing a bit where I joined the show and then I pretend I'm mad that you guys started without me and then I leave. That's an inside joke for a few Rodcast listeners. Dude, I gotta say, the beard is extra. Hold on. Go ahead.
Well, before you start, I know you started late. Do you want to like go back and comb your hair and then come back? Just to
no, this is just
if you want. Are you sure? All right. I don't want you to make you feel uncomfortable on camera. You know what I mean?
I was gonna do the hat bit, but I'm like, who am I trying to?
Yeah, just put on the hat. Thank you. All right.
I think so. The hat kind of like, I don't know. I feel like a poser when I wear the hat.
Yeah, it feels like you have a No Fear T-shirt on.
Yeah,
or an Affliction shirt or something.
I'm not a hat guy, dude. I'm just not. Anyway,
like a barbed wire tattoo on his sleeve.
Yeah, exactly. On his lower back. Like the basketball player, what's his name? Karl Anthony Towns. Did you guys see that, by the way? Zesty. You guys talk about him all the time. The Zesty basketball player. Did you see his tattoo shorts?
After all that,
have you guys seen it?
No.
Oh my god, dude! I don't. Now, again, I'm an old man now, so I can't even tell if it's AI or not, or if it's a bit. But I'm pretty sure it's legit.
Like, my god,
you should look it up, both of it.
Real.
No and he tweeted it like it was nothing. I don't know if you can pull it up.
Stamp.
He's like 7 feet tall, isn't he? How's that even possible?
Dude,
if this is a bit, this is real commitment to the bit that he's doing.
I mean, look at that thing, dude.
I mean, that is a 2003 tramp stamp.
A badder version is coming of what?
Yes.
I mean, the only thing coming is on his back.
Damn, that is super gay.
I bet he's pissed on some dudes. I bet he's pissed on some dudes in some showers before.
He definitely played JV football at some point, I'm sure.
Do you all right, honestly, do you guys think he's gay? Like, honestly. He's got the gay mannerisms. Are
we allowed to say yes? Like, is that a thing? To me, it's the most obvious thing in the world.
So when someone acts like that, there's never a case where it's just the way somebody speaks. It has nothing to do with their sexuality.
That's a tough one, dude. I mean, he does like some really flamboyant shit. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I think it's long overdue, but the reason we've never seen like openly gay players is because athletes are like, kind of weird about stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, clearly not anymore though. He's got a tramp stamp and he's proud about it. JV football players. Dude, I was never sure because I was what you guys are saying. Like, to get to the NBA, you got to be pretty alpha. You got to be pretty tough, dude. And I'm sure there's plenty of homosexual men that are tough and strong and all that. That's fine. But then I saw the clip that you guys show all the time where he's like rebounding or something. He goes, "Oh my god!
Oh my god!"
there's no way he's not gay, dude. It's not possible. Nobody can talk like that.
He does stuff like that every game, though. Literally every game that you watch him play.
That's what I'm saying. It's like he wants to scream it at the top of his lungs, but he can't say it. So this is his way of saying it.
Maybe that is it.
When you guys were playing basketball back in the day, because I remember when I would play basketball, when I would miss a shot, I couldn't help it. I would always be like, "Fucking motherfucker," I would say shit like that. But,
dude, I'd be like, "Fuck me in the ass, right in the ass." God damn it, it's so good.
Right. But I would never. Yeah, if it sounded that gay, I'd be like, "Man, I got to get another fucking angry scream."
Exactly. Right, you got to adjust.
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
Nation.
Oh my god!
Down single coverage. Goes right at Smith. Kind of an awkward shot.
Brunson, but you're playing at home.
So I can't say that we're surprised about what's going on right now.
So good, dude. It's so funny, dude.
It almost seems fake. It almost seems like it's spliced on or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's also so clear. It's so clear.
Oh my! It does sound like gay porn is playing in the
dude.
speakers in Madison Square Garden.
Dude, there's one that it sounds like he says it from the 3-point line. Like he's not even involved in the play. And he's like, "Oh my god!" It's so loud.
Oh no way!
Oh my God! Towns going back to work.
Can't pass 9 games. He shot over 50% from the floor. Towns with Diabate. Great.
You know he's going to make the right pass.
Towns battles. There's the offensive rebound.
Those aren't so bad, but the first set, dude, it's outrageous.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, fuck yeah!
Why are you pissing? Oh my god!
All right, so let's just
let's
make sure we
reset.
get everything out of the way.
Everybody
What's
calm
up,
down.
man?
Let's all
Angel
calm down.
Morales. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks
You know,
for
we said before Shorts had a kid that we are going to do a quarterly On Hell hour. And then I privately texted On Hell. I was like, "Yeah, dude, real talk, man. You know, me and Shorts are making money doing this. I'll pay you." And then Shorts had a kid, and I was like, "Yo, On Hell, can you fill in for Shorts?" He's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Don't worry, dude. I'll pay you."
Yeah.
And then I got fired, laid off, not fired. And then I just pretended the conversation never happened between me and On Hell. So thank you for coming on, even though I fucking reneged.
It's all good, man. It's all good. You know, I always send it back to you guys, anyways. You
do.
guys are family. Come on, this is a hang for me. Like, how am I gonna get paid to hang out with my boys, with my dogs? You know what I mean? Especially now. Also, you might have to change it. Like, all 3 of us are unemployed stay-at-home dads.
I know, dude. We're so pathetic.
Like, what a fucking turn of events, dude.
Dude, this is the new world order. This is this is what the feminists have been working toward for decades.
Your guys' numbers should be killing. It should be you guys in the WNBA.
We're stay-at-home dads. We make no money, or we're only allowed to have what our wives give us.
I will say this, dude. My last boss at my last company was a female, was a vagina, and she had better relate when I'm thinking about the dynamic of the team I was a part of, mostly women. She had better relationships with the women on my team than me. So there is something to what you're talking
I was gonna
about.
say, and normally you're very good with the women because of all the Bravo shows and the margaritas and the, you know what I mean?
Dude, honestly, dude, when I do these interviews for jobs, I feel like I knock it out of the park with the women because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm a bitch too. Like I'm very. But with dudes, dude, I can't blend in with that like bro culture very well. I don't feel like I can. So like,
okay,
I always leave the dude interviews like, oh fuck, dude, that guy was not impressed by me at all. But the women interviews, I'm like, oh yeah, I would totally get mimosa brunch with her.
I was gonna say with the dudes, it's like you probably feel pressure that like you have to actually be funny.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Because you can't,
yeah.
you don't. Being charming with a dude doesn't really work. You know what I mean? Or witty or whatever. Like, you have to be funny, or you have to like be an expert at your field, which clearly none of us are at anything here. Yeah. But so you have to be funny, and that's a lot of pressure when it's one-on-one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Unless you want to laugh, and then the movie will say that you a soft ass. What did he call you when he first met you? He said, "Oh, yo, this guy a pussy. He laughed at my jokes."
That is a really funny like primitive way of like determining whether somebody is like a dude or not. It's like, all right, well, he laughed at one, but then he laughed at another one. This guy wants to impress me.
I just get sized for shtick. But also, why would I like put my foot down and be like, nah, I can't laugh at that one. He's gonna say like, I'm not in fucking lockup with him.
Well, that's the thing. You should have known it was a test on your manhood. You know what I mean? He didn't know if you were rolling up in Northern Virginia and shanking them at the end of the night. You know what I mean?
It's so weird, dude. I've never assessed anybody been like, all right, he keeps laughing at my jokes. I could beat this dude up. Like, if anything, I'm like, oh, he laughs at my joke. He's, he understands bits.
Yeah, he's cool. No, it's like it's a sign of weakness if you like his jokes.
All right, so let's catch up real quick, dude. It's been 4 or 5 months since we saw you. How is Puerto Rico? I saw that you they have Zins available finally. In Puerto Rico.
Dude, I'm so excited. I bought 2 of them immediately. So shorts, I've been looking. Well, the first time, maybe not the first time, but one of the first times I came on IDM.
Yeah.
You guys weren't making money yet, so Othman promised to pay me, but he didn't have any money to pay me. So he said he was going to send me Zins because I didn't have any Zins in Puerto Rico. He's like, yo, I ordered you a whole box of Zins, like a care package. I was like, dude, I'm butt-sized. I give him my address. He sends it. Of course, it's Puerto Rico. Even though it's still the USPS, like they don't use GPS. It never arrives. He sent me, he's like, hey, this is the pin they sent me. And at the time I was living like right by the beach and it was like 20 miles in. You know what I mean? It was somewhere in the mountains. And I was like, dude, we're never going to see that Zin again.
Yeah.
We go to now, which is 2 years later. I haven't seen Zin anywhere else. I pull up to this gas station and they just have it sitting there next to like their bongs. You know, like gas stations that sell you the crappy little bongs and stuff, like old school stuff.
And the synthetic marijuana.
Exactly. Like Puerto Rico's like 10 years behind everything. You know what I mean? So they still have those. They don't have like, the regular dips and Zins and stuff. It's like
Alabama. Like they just got gay people.
So all of a sudden there's like 6 Zins. And I was like, oh my God. I have to immediately took a picture.
Oh my God.
Pause. I popped a couple of those bad boys in. And I'm almost positive those were the Zins that Othman sent me 5 years ago because they were just the stalest, driest, like almost crumbling into my mouth. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, dude. I did get the clearance options. I did. The flavors,
but I don't know. I'm gonna walk in there and ask them how they got a hold of it. Seriously, because they're nowhere else, and they were clearly old and expired.
I don't understand. Puerto Rico is part of the U.S. Why can't they have that shit? I don't get it.
It's not no sports, no politics, but we're a colony. Yeah, like anything that comes to Puerto Rico, you have to tax it in the U.S. mainland first, and then it comes to Puerto Rico and gets taxed again. So most businesses are like, well, no, I'm not going to get taxed twice. I just won't send them shit.
So what else is like
no sports, no politics. I'm just going to tell you guys about my homeland real quick.
yeah, you colonizers.
So what else is like standard normal shit that you can't get in Puerto Rico?
I mean,
like, could you get, if you wanted to get like a hookah tobacco, could you get it
there? They have them now, but it's all refurbished. Like, I think most people would just buy stuff on eBay and then sell it here in Puerto Rico. You get what I'm saying? Like, nobody has direct providers. Everything, it's like those old school, like Indiana Jones, where you go, like when he's in Morocco and he's finding like artifacts and shit. It's kind of like that. Like you have to find stuff in little bodegas, gas stations have the randomest stuff. And it's just people that find stuff online or they go to the US themselves and then bring it back like in their luggage. You know what I mean?
Okay. It's like a real struggle. Like when you go overseas and try to find the same stuff, I would always have to, when I was quitting dip, which was about a 3-year process.
Okay.
And then my vagina, she wasn't allowed to know about this, but do you know how hard it is to pack in one tiny suitcase that you're going to be traveling in 3 different European countries with?
Yeah.
9 rolls of dip.
9 rolls of dip, and you have to hide them from customs and from your vagina. You have to hide them from both.
Eventually, that was a rough day on the boat.
Yeah.
that was a rough day on Virgin voyages.
Dude, women love to fucking hate, like fucking yuck your yum, rain on your parade, dude. I remember last time I went on Carnival Cruise before it got, taken over by,
the
Just go on Twitter and search Carnival Cruise. You'll know what I'm talking about. But I remember I was in heavy vaping mode.
Just want to say happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Kevin Smith was just taking notes furiously.
It was during the broadcast. I was in a heavy Juul vaping mode. Yeah. And I remember first of all, when you're vaping, you already, unless you're a fucking heathen, you already feel some sort of shame with it. Yeah. You're like, oh, this is douchey, you know? And so I would sneak little tugs of the vape in, and she'd be like, are you seriously vaping? Like,
it is embarrassing.
How does this affect you at all? Why do you have to say something? But,
yeah. Meanwhile, it's like, why do you do that? It's like, because I need to relax.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I wonder why.
And you can never say what you really want to say.
Yeah, exactly.
The only reason I need to relax. And it's like they'll say a million other reasons. They'll name a million other reasons why you could be stressed out, and they're just dancing around the answer. Meanwhile, you're staring back at it the entire time.
Yeah. When's the last time you got a blood test? Like maybe your vitamin D is low.
How much
vitamin? No, I'm playing.
Yeah, too much vitamin V.
All right, so you're zinning now. You have been living a life that Shorts is just getting used to now, where you are the
daddy daycare over here, bro.
Dude. Yeah,
no, it's all good.
Mom, a little bit. You're China. She's the breadwinner. I don't know how you fucking do it, dude. That shit is exhausting as fuck. But how's life on the? It's not a farm. You guys are like in a mansion now.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's actually, in that sense, it's the worst it's ever been for me.
Oh, no.
Because before we used to live in a small little house at the beach. I had my farm. I had a little best of the both worlds. She was working, but I was also doing stuff. You know what I mean? Now I'm the caretaker of the children, and then we bought this. I don't know if you can see it here. It's kind of a big mess, but we bought this like big old house. You can see
I know that's right. Look at those high ass ceilings, dude.
That's they're like 18 feet. It's like an abandoned mansion that we recovered, right? It's a fixer upper.
Like foreclosed on or something?
Yeah. Well, no, over here they don't. What they do is that they'd rather die and let it like rot than like sell it for what they don't think they're incorrect about what it's worth. You know what I mean?
So when you showed up for the first time, it was like Dia de Los Muertos. There was just a bunch of bodies inside.
Dude, it was even now. Like there's still like I'll turn on a faucet and it'll just fall off sometimes because like it's still rusted through. Seriously, dude, I can't change. Like I went to change a shower head and it just started shooting water out, and I had to get the plumber. We had to like break the cement and like solder the plumbing. Like it's always a disaster in here.
Wait, is it haunted?
Actually, now you say that.
Oh shit!
I don't know why I've never said this. So we move in, and it's so the main floor has everything, and then the second floor or the top floor has 6 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. So it's this, but it's just a really long hallway. It's a white hallway with white tiles, and then each end of the hallway, and this is a Puerto Rican thing. It's gonna sound weird, but it is normal. They have like metal, like outdoor gates kind of thing inside of the hallway, and you use a key to lock them. So the bedrooms are locked in completely.
What?
It's like a safety thing. If anyone ever breaks into the house, because we're in a third world country essentially, they can't get into the bedrooms because you've locked yourself from within. So they can rob anything downstairs, but at least you're safe in your bedroom. You know what I mean?
So they could be outside your bedroom being like, I'm fucking your wife right now. And you're like, yeah, but you can't touch me.
If she stayed outside of the hallway, that's her fault. I'm safe inside of my hallway. That's how it works. So the hallway's there, but it really does give you like a insane asylum vibes, because it's all just a row of bedrooms and a couple bathrooms in one hallway, right? And it's a white, and it's got metal bars everywhere. The windows are all barred up and all this stuff. Same thing, primitive safety measures. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the first week we slept there, we're we're in the house, we're sleeping, and I heard our baby crying. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess he woke up. And I go down the hallway, it's dark. I open the bedroom, he's asleep. Oh, that's weird. I go back in. Again, second time he cries, I go back in, he's not crying. And I keep telling my wife, I was like, are you hearing this? She's like, yeah, I think it's a bird or something. It's like a bird. Doesn't sound like a crying baby. You know what I mean? She's like, no, I think it's a bird. I was like, all right, whatever. I go back to sleep. This goes on for like a week where like, especially in the mornings, like right at like dawn, we would think our son was crying and we'd go to the bedroom and he wasn't crying, but you could hear crying. So I talked to like my family and they're like, oh yeah, there's this specific bird in Puerto Rico that like, it's not a parrot, but it like imitates sound. And they were like, so maybe it's that bird that's imitating your son crying, which is terrifying just by itself.
What a fucking bitch, dude.
Yeah, dude. Normally they imitate like car horns or beeping, but this one, it literally like it's creepy. So I was like, all right, whatever. I guess that's all it is. So then the next time it happened, I go and the doors don't close properly because it's all like not like fitting correctly and stuff. So like they kind of slam sometimes and all this stuff. So there's all this noise in the bedroom. So I walk in and I check, and my son again is sleeping, but I was sure I heard him crying. I was like, oh, it's got to be the bird. The next morning we wake up and I'm just kind of like, I take him on, I'm looking around, and like you said, with the high ceilings, it's like that over there. I look up and it's like the door frame, and then it's like a little bit of a hallway, and then it goes up, and then there's a window up there. And I swear to you, and I even took a picture, I wish I had it. On the wall leading to that window, there's markings of dirty fingerprints and toe prints
hell
on the
no,
wall,
dude.
Get out of here.
Hell no.
And I had never noticed that when we looked at the house. The house was pretty dirty when we first moved in and we had to clean and everything. But we had a professional cleaning lady and everything. And out of nowhere, there's just handprints and toe prints on the wall.
Dude.
I was like, what the? And I called my chick over. I was like, hey, have you seen this? She's like, no, I haven't. What is that? And I was like, she's like, are you fucking with me? I'm like, no, that's just there. She's like, I was like, I can't even reach. Like, dude, it was literally like 10 feet up in the air. Like, it makes no sense. And she's like, and at that point, we had some people working on the roof because, again, there's so much work being done in the house. She's like, did the roof guys come inside for something? I was like, I don't see why they would. And there's metal bars on the windows. And so then we just haven't talked about it ever since. And the bird stopped making the noises ever since we saw the fingerprints on the wall.
A spider person climbed up there.
Dude,
lost their soul in your house.
we legit don't talk about it. I don't want to like think about it. He just did one of these.
Yeah.
Left.
Santa de Cristo de Espíritu Santo, Santa de Cristo de Espíritu.
Yeah, dude. We haven't talked about it again. Every now and then, like we'll hear something, and she's like, "What's that?" I'm like, "Oh, it's Barlovento." There's like a Puerto Rican spirit demon of the wind.
What?
And so I'll say Barlovento, and she's like, "Shut up! Don't say it! Don't say it!" And then we don't talk about it for weeks.
Damn, dude. That is crazy.
It's a good way to get some peace and quiet though in the house. Just bring up Barlovento and you'll get all the alone time you need. You and Barlovento hanging out.
And so
Dude,
I have no explanation.
That sounds like The Grudge, dude. The movie The Grudge with that little Asian kid. Fucking
yeah. The only thing I can think about of other than Barlovento is that like at some point like the previous owners had kids that did like a wall climb or something, like playing around or something, and then like dust kind of, like when you like leave markings on the mirror and then like steam comes in and you see it kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it was dust that came in and we hadn't seen it originally, and now they're there. They're still there. I'm too afraid to clean them. I don't even get up there.
No, dude, that's Barlovento all the way.
Dude, that's the problem with being Hispanic, dude. Like you can't all of your, because religion is so heavily tied into your culture, it gives validity to any sort of fucking like fear you have of ghosts or some sort of curse or some shitty day you're having. You're like, oh, of course this is happening.
If you believe in angels, you have to believe in demons. You know what I mean? Like it's that simple. So it is kind of like, and in Puerto Rico, there's like a big, like my grandma took me to a witch doctor when I was a child. Because it turns out I just had colic. Like it's a very common thing, you know what I mean? When I was a baby, I wouldn't stop crying. I wouldn't stop crying. And so she said that Barlovento or some other Santeria person, you know what I mean, was like attacking me. And so against my mother's wishes, she like quietly took me to like a witch doctor who did some like voodoo type shit on me. And then I stopped crying that day, apparently. And so she was so happy that she told my mother, and my mother almost like divorced my father and never took me to my grandma's house for like 6 months.
Oh my God.
So it's like really ingrained in our culture.
Yeah.
Like nobody talks about it, but it's still around.
Yeah, I mean, as an Arab, dude, all we had was this mythological creature. Her name was Aisha Kandisha, and she's a mythological half woman, half goat. Shocker. Actually, you know what? Let me pull a picture up of her.
Wait, you're not kidding? Aisha
No,
Kandisha?
dude, Aisha Kandisha is gonna get you, and she's really just a fucking horny ass bitch, dude. She's just a succubus that just wants to fucking get fucked, dude.
Wait, what is a succubus? It's like they latch onto your soul and then deprive you of all your powers or something.
I don't know. They just okay. Here. Let me see. What is the story of? Okay, Aisha Kandisha is a female mythological figure in Moroccan folklore. She often depicted as a powerful and seductive. I mean, so who doesn't want to get fucking sucked off by
a half goat?
You know, who haunts the roads and shorelines, luring men to their doom. Dude, honestly, if I'm gonna get a beach from Aisha Kandisha, I'll go out that way. She is a cautionary tale, and particularly for children, and stories about her often involve her enchanting men with her beauty, leading them into dangerous situations or causing them to die.
Yeah, I think
as an 11-year-old, I'm like, I'm not gonna fuck Aisha Kandisha, so I'm not worried about that shit, you know.
Yeah, I've heard of her. She's the one that goes, "Come down here, let me suck your dick, pretty boy."
Yeah. Why don't you come down here so I can suck your cock, pretty boy? Yeah.
Apparently that works.
The soundboard is coming back next week. I swear.
All right.
Yeah.
9:08 start time.
Well, dude, I gotta say, man, I want to come down to Puerto Rico to visit you, but like broken faucets and child goes to the side. It looks dope. It looks cool.
Dude, it'd be great. We fixed it up pretty well. Just to finish that story about me being emasculated, my next project was going to be, it's a fixer upper. I'll be doing all the fixing up, and you know what I mean? Manly man, do all the stuff that I've learned from all this time. Except now we have 2 children, so I literally have to pay other men to do all the like manly stuff around the house while I have one kid in my side, and then the other one I'm cooking SpaghettiOs or whatever. So I've never been more emasculated than I, in my entire life.
That's okay, dude.
This house.
Look who you're talking to. Dude.
Yeah.
Short sent a drunken text to Bob the other day about fixing his drywall, and I lied to my childhood friend about putting a gate up on my stairs, and he never talked to me again. So
I do remember that. Things are going well over here.
Yo, Short, so you want to do the big time P1 shout outs? Oh, let's do that right quick. Let's get into this. I feel like there's so much going on, so much to get to. But before that,
8-gram alert.
I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Shout out to Ernesto for the 8-gram. He says, "Adios, mio, casa."
All right, Shorts, your microphone's broken again.
Okay. Yeah, I thought it was just me.
Don't get mad at me for saying that.
He's so mad, dude. You're a piece of shit, Othman.
I didn't say anything.
No, I know.
Thank you, Ernesto. Ay, Dios mío, Casa Fantasmas fun.
Shouts to Ernesto, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
All right, am I back?
Yeah,
you are. Or maybe not. I don't know.
You're good, dude.
Shout outs to Alex, AJ McCown.
Oh shit, we're doing
Alex Davis, Brendan
It's time
Cooney.
for a big time P1 shout out.
Shout outs to our guy Alex, AJ McCown, Alex Davis, Brendan Cooney, Brendan Smith, Brent Wenzel. Shout outs to Brian Altman, Brian Busties, Carlos N. Shout outs to Chad Dukes' Gunt.
Oh my god, jeez.
Shout outs to Chris Eller, Danny Loudermilk, David Slat. Shout outs to Don DeMarco, Ernesto LaDog, Craven Moorhead, Iron Mike Sleep. Shout outs to James M. Jen Montana, Heart So Cold I Could Put It in My Cup. JP Flame, Kevin Smith, Korean John, Chris Stein, Matt Broderick, Matt Starcheck, and Matt Starcheck. Shout outs to Peter Rosenkrantz, Phil J, Reggie, Ron Mexico, Instagram.com/Brad Paints This, Sean Kibler. Shout outs to Steven Snowman, William, and Lubomir. Thank you guys for supporting the show. You can follow along in part 2 with Angel and Oathman after this at patreon.com/IDM pod.
How? Dude, I got some serious shit I want to talk to you guys about on the Patreon on Patreon.
How?
I gave you guys a little bit of a teaser in our text thread, but I got some family drama going on that is annoying the fuck out of me. So we got that. Let's see. Should we get to a topic? Yeah, let's get to a topic.
Dude, you guys want to do the Tiny Desk concert thing I told you guys about?
Oh yeah. Let's do that. All
right, we got to make up after that A. Marie one.
So do I just go to YouTube and search Bahbuni?
Yeah. Let me set it up while you look it up, and I'll give you a timestamp because we're not going to do the whole thing, obviously.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the dogs have heard of Bad Bunny. He's like the biggest artist in the world right now, even though he doesn't even speak English. It makes no sense.
Question.
Go ahead, Shorts.
Is he doing is he gay?
Well, honestly, I don't think so, but he started out like he was trying to be clearly like the male Lady Gaga type of thing.
Yeah.
Like he'd wear skirts.
Obviously gay.
And yeah. So he's wearing skirts and he's doing all this stuff in Vogue magazine. But then he's had this weird turn as of like 2 years ago or something, at least in Puerto Rico, where like now he wants to be like the extra Puerto Rican like male figure. You know what I mean? And he's killing it over here in Puerto Rico. He's like a god, dude. Like the man, he's doing a concert now, but for his latest album. But he's doing like a residency in Puerto Rico. And the whole bit is that he's not going to leave Puerto Rico. If you want to come, you have to come to the island. He's not going to go.
Is he doing a politics bit? Is it?
It's a little no sports, no politics about it, which is kind of funny. In the NPR thing, he was lauded because like it was kind of like a mini. The latest CD, it's like usual reggaeton fun stuff, but it's also like this he doesn't say it, but it's basically anti-American colonialism and like we as Puerto Ricans need to be proud and stop leaving the island. You know what I mean? And the white man is trying to take our beaches and our rivers and blah, 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 blah. It's a very political album, but he does it in a way that it just sounds really cool and everybody loves to dance to it. So I don't think anybody notices what he's saying half the time. Right. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the same argument people made for Kanye.
yeah, kind of. But this one, the Puerto Ricans do notice. And so that's why he's been like super, like people love him over here now. So anyways, the point is he does this Tiny Desk concert. He gets all these artists or musicians because he's very musical. But I don't know if you can look it up. Just the intro, like the moment it starts, he starts to sing and you realize that he's a phony. He cannot sing. It's the worst singing you'll ever hear in your life.
He's using like all the
auto tune and all that stuff. Yeah.
All right, you want to hear it?
Yeah, just start at like yeah.
Hace un año tu primer abrazo fue solo pa' mí. Me tenía en las nubes y como un rayo caí. Y ahora ni una llamada, ni un solo mensaje. Los brothers me la montan. Dicen que estoy en un viaje. Son las 12:04 y ya estoy bien loco, llorando y bebiendo pitorro de coco que me trajo abuelo.
Okay, that's enough. It's driving me nuts. You get what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
Like that's pretty awful.
Yeah.
What's happening to the world, dude?
And everybody is just sucking him off, dude, because he's the greatest artist of all time, right? And I love the guy. I actually enjoy his CD and I listen to it in previous CDs and everything, but this Tiny Desk thing wasn't it. So the other thing that's happening too, it's this weird, he's singing like salsa and like traditional Puerto Rican music, not just like the rap reggaeton type stuff. And even that one, it's called Pitoro con Coco, which is like the Puerto Rican moonshine that like the country folk drink. And the music that he's doing, it's traditional music, you know what I mean? But the point is that the Puerto Ricans that play that music hate it because everybody lauds him, but nobody listens to his lyrics when he sings it, right? So in this one, look up, I think it's in the 2-minute 30-second mark.
Because they
So
speak too
he's
fast.
singing. Yeah, so they kind of translate it here on NPR, but it's funny because the whole point of the song is he's like reminiscing about his ex-girlfriend and how it's like he's drinking this moonshine on a New Year's Eve party, and the clock is about to strike 12, and he's like, oh, and I remember the days when the clock struck 12 and you were kissing me, and now you're probably kissing some other person, not even thinking about me or whatever. Yeah, so he's
I can relate to that, man.
And this is
se llama Jamie Lee Fields. Hizo caca en tu toilet.
So put it at like 2:30 or something.
Estoy muy triste. She blocked me on Facebook.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Ojalá no conozca otra como tú. Tú eres malo, te fuiste como la luz. Como quiera me vino a tu cara a las 12 cuando el año se acabó. Y me dolió.
So hold it. So by the way, he's got female musicians, and they were raving about the two female musicians. She's like a talented. She plays like a traditional Puerto Rican guitar called the cuatro and all this stuff. She's like a very empowered, women first type of feminist musician. But in that lyric that he just said, he said, and you're probably kissing another man, but I don't care because last time that it was midnight, I came on your face. And he literally says, I came all over your face and you have to deal with that.
Wait, is this a woman behind him?
No, that's a guy.
Okay,
You're right. The bassist and then the little guitarist is two women. But if you bring it back like 5 seconds, they translated it kind of, but he's literally saying, you might be kissing someone else, but when midnight struck, I came all over your face.
That's okay because I jizz on your face.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my god, dude! I kind of understood that.
Yeah. He's like, I came on your. He basically said, I finished when the year was finished, all over your face.
Fucking god, dude! You know what, dude? I hate art. I'm so over art, dude.
And they're all just playing their guitars, like, oh yeah, this guy's such an artist.
Dude,
He's so musical.
Look at this comment. This is the second second highest comment on this video.
Yeah.
First of all, it's a white dude. He looks like he's from fucking the Netherlands. He says, this tiny desk shows how even when Benito, which is Bahbuni's real name, even when Benito is not a great singer by any means, his artistry gets amplified when he explores the wonderful landscape of rhythm and sounds Latin American music has, with lyrics deeper than usual since he's connecting to the meaning of them. This shows marks of a great evolution of Benito as an artist.
Dude, exactly. That's why I wanted to bring it up. If you listen to it, so the whole CD is kind of like this. Like he's like, it's like a love letter to his ex-girlfriend, but like a lot of the songs he's just pissed off, and he's talking about like when he's being romantic, he's like, I loved you because you were the only one that I always would always make me finish. Like he literally says it like that. Like he's like, you were the one who I knew I could always finish, on your back or on your but he's like trying to do it in a romantic way. And then there's another song where he's like cussing her out and like talking about her mom. And it's like, it literally is like a scorned stalker, like singing to this poor girl who left him 10 years ago. And everybody's just applauding him for being an artistic, no, so no, that you'd have to listen to the album. So what happened is
they're like, oh, Bahad Bahani, he's so brave.
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. I listened to the rest of the Tiny Desk, and he did go very musical. He only picked a lot of the politically charged songs, and he kind of avoided all the love scorned songs and all the really, really dirty ones, except for that one line where he came on her face at midnight. But so the rest of it is him. It's weird. He like lies about how like he came to DC and nobody gave him a music studio, and so they practiced in front of the White House. Like it's ridiculous. The guy's crazy.
Damn.
A ton of fun. The music's awesome, but ridiculous. Yeah. But it did get me thinking. So I was ready to show you guys clips, and I was like, this guy's so dirty and this and that. And then it turns out he wasn't that dirty for this one thing. He went way more political. But then I was like, well, I don't want to disappoint the dogs. Let me think of it like another Tiny Desk concert that can actually fulfill what I'm talking about. So if you don't mind, please look up Juvenile's Tiny Desk concert.
Oh, yeah. Dude, you know what, man?
Have you guys seen this one?
I wish I knew this when I was like trying to be a rapper and shit. I'm gonna pull it up. Like,
yeah.
I heard that. I don't know if you've seen it go viral recently. Like, it's gone viral the past couple months. The Blues Traveler performance at Howard Stern's birthday party.
No,
doesn't matter what I say. I ain't telling you no lie. Whoa. Okay. But anyways, the whole song,
yeah.
I'm sure you know the song, but the whole song is about how like it doesn't matter what the lyrics are. All that matters is like how the words sound when he's singing it.
Yep.
And like that is so fucking true, dude. Like you can like Bah Mooney, you can talk about fucking jizzing in people's faces and shit. And as long as you're you're saying it in some suave, like, dude, fucking
he has talent in exactly that. Like he's just a cool dude that everybody wants to hang out with. You know what I mean? Especially
he's very ugly. He's very ugly.
Yeah, well, dude, he dated Kylie Jenner. He's dated like the hottest chicks around. Like,
all right, Kylie Jenner she has 2 fatherless children.
No, not Kylie. Which one's the supermodel one?
Oh, Kendall.
He dated Kendall, and there's a song about Kendall. And he actually was cool about it. Like the song is about how like he feels bad that like she was just a tourist in his life. Like he kind of didn't give her the full experience, and that's why it didn't work out. Like it's actually a good song towards Kendall. And then everything else is him reminiscing about his ex-girlfriend. Go ahead.
I don't want it to go unnoticed, but he basically did a reverse Carl Anthony Towns. He did the gay act and then put the gay back in the bottle.
Yeah, dude, 100%. All he wears now is like button-up shirts and like jeans, and I get what you're saying. Like 5 years ago, like he was walking around in skirts and like booty popping at the club, thinking it was funny. Like he was doing some, some zesty stuff.
Like I fuck hot chicks now, and I come in their coffee.
Yeah. So the Juvenile concert is another one where when I looked it up, if you look at the comments, everybody's like, "Oh, Juvenile's masterpiece in NPR's Tiny Desk concert and all this stuff." And when you think about it, Juvenile is just Manny Fresh and Juvenile rapping in an accent that you can barely understand. Mm-hmm. So I was like, I wonder what his Tiny Desk concert is like. And it's exactly what you would think. He brought a bunch of musicians, but it's Manny Fresh doing the DJ thing, and then he's rapping. But it's hilarious because if you look at, let me see, I'll give you the timestamp.
Yeah, you're working with him here. You're back here.
Yeah, dude. 9 minute mark and like 20 seconds. They they show the crowd. When the concert starts, by the way, he drops like 18 N-bombs because that's what his songs were like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't edit it here. They just say it. You know what I mean?
What timestamp did you say?
9
Support for NPR music comes.
Okay.
9:20 around there. They have a shot of the crowd.
Just really.
And
by the way, how terrified you think the fucking white producers at NPR are?
That's exactly what I want you to see. They have a shot of the crowd, and look at the crowd. It's so funny. It's like the 9:20, 9:22, something like that.
All right, here we go. Yeah, you're working with them here. You're back here.
Look at the middle of the crowd. Watch.
Come on, see. Say it. Come on. I need y'all energy. Say sing. Slow motion for me. Slow motion for me.
That guy in the middle was like, "Oh my god, where's my wallet?" I turn Apple Pay off.
Dude, he's so glad he's too young for this song because he would get caught singing the lyrics.
Dude, And he's also, look how uncomfortable he is. He's surrounded by black women who are clearly enjoying the song. And the song's like slow motion, backing that ass up, and he's just kind of standing there like, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah, I would vote for this guy.
So then, please put
look
it.
At look at the fucking ugly ass old Asian dude in the back. Oh yeah, this is totally my culture. Oh yeah, this guy probably wouldn't beat up my grandpa if he was in the streets. All right. No sports, no politics, guys. No.
The 11-ish. So, Oathman, you might know the "Give Me a Hood Rat" chick. You know that song?
Oh, dude, I downloaded that song on Napster and I would play it over and over and over again.
I remember the same thing, dude. I remember being a teenager and thinking it was the awesomest song
this
around.
Is for East Lawn, little mama and her friends, Lisa, Marisa, Tia, and Kim. I love y'all, bros.
No, so he sets it up, right? And he talks about how like this next song, the timestamp where you had it there had the two musicians. He's like, to do this song right, like he was hyping it up like this song is like one of his masterpieces. And he's like, he brought in a Grammy-nominated trombonist from New Orleans or something, like a legit musician. Yeah. And some other Grammy-nominated artists, the two young black gentlemen there in the back. And then he starts singing the hook, and you see the dudes, they literally can't play their instrument because they're like, you can tell that they're in shock about what he's singing into the mic. It's so funny.
A project,
just watch. It's so good.
And be putting him out on it. Everything.
Babies.
Wait, let me.
This is for Keyshawn.
It's at like 1711 or something like that. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah,
This
something
is
like that. It's towards the end of the song.
Little mama and her friend. Shorts, by the way, this is called show prep. I don't know if you've I'm just joking.
Well, by the way, I got nothing for the next hour. So.
I'm just joking.
Shorts, listen to this, dude.
Put the hopper pin in this, just let me get that cold boy. You ain't ready like a just carry a nigga. Give me 3 minutes, move what you wanna. Give me a project bitch. Give me a hood rat chick. One that don't give a fuck. And say she took that dick. Give me a project chick.
We're just trying not to get canceled.
Dude, and all the musicians are like,
yeah,
what the
she took that dick.
And there's one point where they all stop playing. He's just like, took that dick. And everybody at the yard like,
one that don't give a fuck. And say she took that dick. My mama sent me by my grandma.
My grandma flipped out, dude. It's so funny because, like, you know, the people. Okay, no sports, no politics.
Yeah,
but you know that like tiny, fragile white dude in the audience. You know he's like a feminist, right? He's probably like we are on IDM, right?
Yeah,
and you know that fucking Asian dude with the glasses on, definitely a feminist. Yeah. And this song is like completely against everything that they think in their mind. But because it's okay, no sports, no politics, but because it's juvenile, an old black dude.
And he's got musicians in the background.
Yeah, and he doesn't want to he doesn't want to fucking, you know, like judge their culture too harshly. He's like, all right, yeah, this is totally reasonable. Talking about jizzing in girls' faces, like this is fine. It's very interesting, dude.
This same song, like a couple seconds later, he says something about like he says that the hoe is like he's just demeaning this woman. You know what I mean? And they're all just like,
they say we ain't gonna have no evil in this house. So I rolled out. It's gonna be a house that's sold out. But I fucked up when I started living up in it.
Oh yeah, he's bitch started sucking one of the. By the way, Shorts, somebody says that you are currently searching for Limp Bizkit Tiny Desk clips. Right now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Because all right.
Pulled out. A nigga started fucking one of the bros. And she was sucking a nigga dick good and keeping it hard. Letting the nigga come all over her chest and tongue. She was still on. I stared at because of her children. She was a hoe. She gave me head behind a building. I was selling records, but them out to sell a million. If you wanna take it there, we can bring it out. It's all pussy and Gollywood, it's rigging it all. I sling this dick, summer, winter, spring, and the fall. It's like some lay it down, and I'm bringing it all. I'm trying to hit you from the back till you holler, good Lord. This motherfucking dick, good and it always be hard. Give me a hood rat, bitch.
I mean, this is art, Shorts. Listen to this. This is art. Okay.
It's so inappropriate.
what is like the motto for these Tiny Desk concerts? Is it supposed to be like in the name of art?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like acoustic versions. Like you'll never see the artist in this like way. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna see their true colors, kind of thing. Like
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be seeing them in my dreams after this.
I mean, I'm about to hit it in the back so she knows I don't quit. I'm the what is it? And my dick always thick or something like.
Dude, what?
He goes, nigga started fucking one of the bras because she was sucking that N-word dick good and keeping it hard, letting the N-word come all over her chest and tongue. She was still young. I spared her because her children. She was a hoe. She gave me head behind a building.
Children and building, son.
I ain't selling crack, but I'm out to sell a million. Anyways, this is a great topic, dude.
Why does NPR support sexually abusing women so much?
I know, dude.
I really never saw that coming.
Jen Montana says that she thinks he chose it deliberately as a prank because it's NPR, which if it is, it's genius. But even if it isn't, I do like if you were to keep showing it, like there's one point where like he ends that song and the musicians, like I said, they got to a point where they're like freaking out. They're barely even playing. And he turns to them and smiles. It's just like, yeah, like everybody relax. And I'm like, hey, Juvenile is the man. He doesn't care, dude.
Dude, I always thought
no
about
sports,
that,
no
like,
politics. I just think it's really good on him. He's like, hey, this is what I do. You had me on. I'm going to give you what I do. You know what I mean? Like, that's awesome.
I'm going to give y'all my hit. Dude, I always thought about that. Like, how awkward would it be to be in a music studio with a bunch of dudes and be like, hey, I wrote this track about fucking chicks in the ass, right? Cool. And then,
or like not just that, like when he's trying to like sing it out, but he doesn't remember like, well, how am I gonna rhyme coming on her chest? He's like, yo, and his buddies are trying to help him out. Like, well,
hey,
say that she give you head in the building. He's like, oh yeah, bet.
Yeah. Hey, dog. Hey, what rhymes with fellatio, right quick? All right, Shorts is clearly he wants to move on.
No, I don't.
Well,
no, I love it.
Well, we gotta hop on the straight tree on. I gotta talk to you guys about the shit that is
I can't wait.
It's breaking up my family. Shorts pulled a article or a clip that I want to see. It's about Abella Danger being a pretentious cunt or something.
Oh yeah.
I didn't watch it yet.
Patreon.com/IDM pod. We're going to keep the party rolling over there. Love y'all.
No, we got to give a shout out to our guy, Mike Cook, of course.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Hell yeah.
Of course. Are you mad because of the show prep thing? I was kidding. I was joking.
No, I'm good.
All right. Because you kind of claimed as I said, I was just joking.
And the show prep was just us, being very aggressive.
No, I clammed up because you guys were kind of like, I just didn't
doing the ghetto hip hop thing.
Well, there's too many voices going on with the music and three people talking.
Yeah.
Okay,
well, I'm used to it with the Spanish people screaming over each other. So.
In Northern Virginia, where the sun always shines, Money Mike, he fixes any kind of pipeline.
Next time you guys are in need of a plumber, give our guy Mike Cook a call. Mike Cook has owned and operated his small plumbing business for 20 plus years all over Northern Virginia. No job is too big or too small. So the next time you need a plumber, give Mike Cook a call at 703-501-1926. That's 703-501-1926. If you support Mike Cook, you're supporting IDM. Use him once, you'll use him for the rest of your life. I promise you that. You can find out more info at thecliftonplumber.com. thecliftonplumber.com. See you guys on Patreon.
Yo, real quick. I want to give a shout out to Mike Cook. You know, he has extra shout out, dude. He has kept me alive during this unemployment era, and I really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
He even paid me the second half of the installment of the website before the website was done, because he knew how desperate I was.
He wrote the check to Lauren Ipsum.
You fucking motherfucker, guys. All right. We will see you. Patreon.com/IDM pod. Till then.